The other one's going to retreat, right?
We're going to find out tonight on Warhammer 40,000 Imperium Maledictum, the Tainted Hive Season 2, Children of Rokarth, where we are in the 5th session of a life or death combat. So, welcome to the Tainted Hive Season 2, Children of Rokarth. I'm your GM, Brad, joined tonight by Alex, Justin, Mike, and Carl, playing Mordecai, Roderick, Dmitry, and Osiris. This season...
Carl's playing all of them?
He might be.
Yeah, that was bad syntax.
I guess it was. I gave your 4 names, then your 4 characters in order, but yeah. Alex playing Mordecai, Justin playing Roderick, Mike playing Dmitry, and Carl playing Osiris.
You could have just said respectively, and it would have worked.
Yeah, that's true. I could have just said respect. You know what, guys? I'm going to kill all of you tonight.
Hell yeah, it's about time.
This season of the Tainted Hive is brought to you by PrimetimeMagic.com, our wonderful sponsor for the Season 2 of this show. So thank you to the gentlemen over at PrimetimeMagic.com. Go over to their website, check out their wide selection of trading card game singles. They've got Magic and others. By the time this episode comes out, they might even have some of their TTRPG stuff up there, like D&D, Warhammer, etc.
That is if they're still sponsoring us.
By the time this episode comes out, either way, they've already sponsored the episode. So, go check them out. Save Alex from having to live in a van under the bridge by the river.
It's my dream.
You know what, honestly, that's not a bad dream.
Covered in magic cards.
What is this? All bought from PrimetimeMagic.com.
It just cuts to a scene of Alex just throwing magic cards in the air.
Van full of magic cards.
The whole Harry Potter mail scene, and he's
great.
just reaching for the singles.
We might be able to make that happen.
Those are my cards.
I think Mike's got a drone, right? We can film that.
Why is Sunday great, Mordecai? Because there's no magic cards on Sunday. All right.
Oh, yes, there is.
But there is at PrimetimeMagic.com.
Monday, Tuesday,
7 days
Wednesday?
a week, man.
Check them
Brad,
out.
can we play this game?
Show them some love. I'm really just buying time to let your characters live just a little bit longer. But last time,
We'll be fine.
on Tainted Hive, for those of you who have been tuned in, you've noticed that we've been in a combat for a little bit of a life or death situation for some time now. Your shuttle, having crash landed outside of the Hive of Rokarth on the planet of Vol, in an acid field, what you were told is called like the Unsea, or some of just the acidic seas outside of Vol. You are sitting in a marsh, basically. Most areas have at least 1 to 2 inches of water. Others have as deep as 6 inches of water. It's kind of like a rolling bog. But you were engaged by a group of individuals. Rockets fired at your fallen shuttle. And as you went up to engage with them as well and started taking them out one by one, a couple individuals from just outside who may or may not have been watching the combat unfold elected to jump in and become part of that combat. You have who you now know is Garrick, the highly muscled, scar-crossed, torsoed, bald-headed, pale-skinned, skulls with blood everywhere, uttering blood for the blood god while wielding 2 chain axes guy, who has waded in with abandon and dealt a fair number of damage and wounds to poor Dmitry. You have another unknown, unnamed individual who is currently lying prone, having the utter snot beat out of him, first by Osiris through some psychic powers, and then Mordecai with a crack missile, as he's barely hanging, what appears to be barely hanging on, armor smoking, squeezing off rounds from his bolt gun as he lays in the muck. And so as
I threw a grenade at him too.
You did throw a grenade at him last time.
Dude, this guy's taking a lot of damage.
As we left off last time, Roderick, you had elected to try to stop Garrick with his chain axes from running free by activating your mag boots and attaching them to each of his 2 axes to try to hold them in place. Unfortunately, you failed, but you did manage to fall away without getting hurt yourself. So as we pick up today, the individual laying on the ground, struggling to move at this point, because they just have disadvantage on everything, looks to the only person they see, and at disadvantage, plus -10, -20, excuse me, they will use the 3rd of their 4 ammunition for their bolt gun, activating the rapid fire, and they
aren't they still bleeding? Don't they take another crit?
No, you can only suffer a crit and damage from bleed 1 time. You
wasn't
bleed
Mordecai
until you
just
hit
before
0. You bleed until you hit 0, and then you suffer 1 crit per bleed. They already did that.
Okay.
Isn't it
Yeah,
Mordecai
I do
then
believe
that
I am
person,
before him.
and then me?
It is Mordecai, then that person. I apologize. I read my own notes wrong. So Mordecai.
Kill him.
They go to aim the bolt gun at you, but it's your turn.
Kill him.
I'm so upset with you, Brad.
That was a good do it. I feel like Palpatine's in the room with us.
I will drop down to one knee.
Okay.
And see what I can do.
Okay.
How does a 33 sound?
A 33 sounds like a crit.
33 under 46.
Getting up ins.
So you got a +1.
Shoot him with your sniper rifle, right?
I do want to see.
Superiority.
And yeah,
I do want to see.
so it's plus 2 success levels and a crit.
Well, the crit automatically happens first with the 33. Or I'm sorry, no, the crit automatically happens at the end because damage matters. But they're already wounded, so we're going to find out how much damage you do in addition to that. Because that'll
Isn't he
the
critical
severity.
anyway? Being
Yeah, he's got a torn artery.
But I think isn't he critical anyway because he's restrained?
Restrained doesn't mean you automatically crit him unless you go up with if you are prone and unconscious, you can be coup de grace with a melee weapon or an appropriate weapon of any kind. So if you walked up with a pistol even. But just because you are restrained does not mean that you are automatically critically struck if you are hit. Now, the one thing I do want to check is because they are prone in some games, and I haven't looked for this one, so I apologize, but in some games, being prone means that to get shot at, you have cover of some kind. I just want to make sure that they don't, and then we are good to go. But right now you have a 33. You have the superiority, which will give you a +2 on your test. So go ahead and tell me the total damage, assuming that I am correct and prone does nothing here.
So that's 1 success level plus 2 superiority plus 11 damage.
Okay, it'll be 11 damage above and beyond. So here's the good news, assuming that prone does nothing, which I believe it does, I'm just double checking. There's a high chance that you're just going to immediately murder this person. So
Creatures attacking you from outside immediate range have disadvantage on their attack test, which it won't matter because you rolled a 33.
I don't know what page that was on, but thank you very much.
It is on 357 if you're curious.
No wonder. I'm in the 200s looking at range
It's in
attacks.
the conditions.
See, sometimes this is why I love having a rules lawyer at the table. Eric, I miss you.
Eric, I miss you too because now I have to be a rules lawyer.
Now you have to be my rules lawyer. All right, so you have disadvantage on the test. A 33 becomes a 33. So with 11 wounds dealt, it is a critical. Now, because you rolled a critical, you roll me another d10 for a hit location.
Oops. 2.
A 2 is an arm. Okay. Specifically, it's the left arm. So you did 11 wounds above their 0 because he's already at 0. So I'm going to add 11 to this roll. Hope that it's at least a 9.
Go to sleep.
Unfortunately, that is a 2. So a 2 becomes a 13. That is
Are you in Congress? What do you do? What is happening?
So
what is this math?
Well, so
he said he's going to add 11 to the roll.
When you deal damage above 0, unless you don't want me to do that,
you're right.
When you deal damage above 0, it adds to the severity of the critical wound. So the critical wound roll of 2 becomes a 13, which takes it from a dead arm, which is to yet another sliced artery.
That's 2 sliced arteries.
This one
Is this guy still alive?
He's not.
He is.
He won't be after that artery kicks again.
That suffers another critical wound. So that takes him from 2 to 3.
Cut this one.
On his turn, he's going to take a 4th because of the artery.
Cool.
2 arteries.
All right, so...
Well, the first artery he already took a
slice
from.
Just
break the second.
You suffer a serious wound to a major artery. You are bleeding major, fatigued from blood loss. Your arm is completely useless, and you immediately drop any item held in the hand. Bad news is the left arm is not the one that he's got the bolt gun in, but that's okay.
Yeah. Good thing it's a 2-handed weapon.
Right.
Fuck off.
That's true. It is. Due to blood loss, you are fatigued for 1d10 days, regardless of how much rest you take. Okay. Now, in addition to that, he is bleeding again. So when you are bleeding, if you exceed your wound maximum because of the bleeding condition, you suffer a critical wound as normal. Once this has occurred, you no longer suffer any damage due to bleeding, but can't recover wounds until the bleeding has been treated. Bleeding conditions not gained from a critical wound can be treated with a challenging +0 Medicaid test or through the use of a chirurgeon's kit.
But he's not dead.
He's not dead, still.
We gotta find out who this guy is.
If you exceed your wound
I'm
maximum...
just gonna shout, Augustus, your mother was a pleasure to plow. Your father, not so much.
Oh, jeez.
God damn!
The way I'm reading this is that you suffer once. When you exceed your wound maximum because of the bleeding condition, which I'm still going to rule it's per bleed because that doesn't make sense otherwise. So, okay.
Okay, can I ask a question though?
Yeah.
Do you technically go into negative?
No, you never go below zero.
So every time that you suffer damage from a bleed, you technically exceed your wound maximum because of the bleed. So each bleed makes sense.
Yes, exactly. So each bleed would make sense because once you've suffered a critical from a bleed, you do not suffer a critical from that bleed again. But I'm going to continue to rule that the way that's written is a little bit vague.
Subsequent bleeds.
It makes it sound like all bleeding conditions, but I'm going to treat each one as its own. So, yes, he will, at the end of his turn, suffer a critical. So, Mordecai, you have shot him. You've lacerated his arm. He has yet another bleed. Would you like to move? You're still 2 zones away.
I am so sorry. My mind cannot conceptualize this theater for very long.
Here. There's a blank zone.
I got you. Where is the ship from me? How many zones away?
2 zones diagonal right. Still obscured with
2 zones diagonal right, and
Correct.
they are diagonal left in the smoke.
2 zones diagonal right is the ship and the smoke and Osiris and Dmitry and Roderick and Garrick.
And this guy
is 2 zones left, diagonal left, laying in the muck.
Okay.
That you just shot.
And
I'm going to go 1 zone towards him.
Okay.
I'll move 1 zone towards the bone broth boy.
So you move into the zone with the now no longer smoking bodies that were hit by the flamer by Dmitry.
Correct. And I just want to point out, I did leave the rocket launcher by that stump, but I do have the rocket.
Okay, perfect. All right, that ends your turn. That would bring us to the individual on the ground who, you hear him shout out and he goes, Garrick, we really need to retreat. I can't use my gun.
Your time for retreating is over.
For some reason,
shut up, bitch.
The game master was an idiot and didn't give me a secondary weapon. I really need to go home.
Shouting with 2 arterial bleeds. What a baller.
I'm bleeding everywhere.
I'm bleeding.
I'm bleeding.
We should really leave. It would be a great idea.
He now suffers another critical wound.
Yes.
To the body.
Let's call it a draw.
His chuffness is higher than 3.
Just a flesh wound.
The rocket has proven to have cracked his ribs. He now has a cracked rib in addition to all the bleeds.
Where are you going? Fucking nowhere.
He really is sitting there. He's like, oh, running. He watches Mordecai come closer. Running away, are ya?
You yellow bastard!
All right, well, that's his turn because he can't do anything, and he's just engaged a retreat.
What
Osiris,
a piece
you're up.
of shit.
Oh, it's me?
The dual chain axe is engaged with you because he did attack you. So you might have succeeded in
And
dodging.
he's engaged with me because I attacked him.
And he's engaged with Dmitry because he attacked him.
So he's
outnumbered.
And outnumbered only applies to melee weapons, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You are in immediate range, so any ranged weapon is automatically at disadvantage at this point.
Unless it's close.
Even close weapons at immediate range are at disadvantage.
No, they're not.
I never.
Yeah, they are.
Close weapons is a trait.
Oh, I apologize. Yes, the close trait, which allows you to use it in immediate range, supersedes that. I apologize.
But it is not a melee attack, so it would not benefit from outnumbered?
Correct.
Probably not.
Right. So...
Outnumbering on page 214 is explicit to melee.
I am going to take my chances here.
Okay.
And I am going to try some mercurial suspension on myself.
Okay. What does mercurial suspension do?
Sea float. To do a manifest. Oh, no. Oh, wait, I don't even have... Oh, yeah, it's difficulty routine. So plus 20.
Oh, nice little plus 20 test. Okay, so you start floating.
Yeah, and I'm going to float upward.
Okay. If you leave his range, he will still attack you.
But it's very severely at disadvantage, so...
He's not severely at disadvantage. He is just at disadvantage.
He's also blind.
That's what imposes the disadvantage.
I'm going to try it anyway. I already said I was going to do it.
All right. I wanted to clarify before you Mary Poppins away.
Y'all.
So you begin to rise, and you're going to try to leave his zone by going higher.
But does he see me leaving because he's blinded?
Blinded for melee attacks just gives disadvantage. Yep, blind just... So only succeed...
Brad.
Yeah.
Sorry. Rules lawyering again. The engaged condition...
Yeah.
So when you attack or are attacked by a creature within immediate range, it doesn't actually say it has to be a melee. So,
okay,
the outnumbered would apply.
No,
because he's within
outnumbering on page 214. It's an advantage on melee specifically. Just because you're engaged doesn't change a ranged attack into a melee attack. That said, Osiris, you have already been engaged in melee, so he still has an idea of where you are because he did swing at you before. So as you rise, he will attack you, but melee attacks.
Wait, I can't shuffle around him in the smoke and get
you're still in. You can't cheat your way out of engaged. You're still engaged. So if you try to leave,
I'm trying to reposition on the melee fight.
Yep, and if you try to leave immediate range, he will still attack you.
Okay.
So as you kind of move around and you begin to rise, he will lash out at you with an axe. It will be at disadvantage because he is blinded due to the obscurement. You can attempt... actually, I don't know if you can attempt to... Because it's a reaction when you're leaving his area. I don't know if you get to dodge that because you're moving away. I think you should.
Yeah, I'm not using a reaction.
No, his reaction is to attack you as you leave an engaged...
And I can use my reaction to dodge his reaction, right?
If you try to move away... your opponent can make an immediate attack against you as a reaction. So actually, yeah, you're going to have to oppose it with a dodge because you're trying to move away. So, or you can oppose it with melee skill if you wish. But yeah, you get to oppose this, and he will attack you at disadvantage.
That's weapon skill or no, melee skill, or you said what else? Or
you can either oppose it with a melee attack or dodge. Okay.
Yeah, my melee attack is better than my... It's dodge's reflexes, right?
Dodge's reflexes, yes, sir. Yep.
So yeah, my melee would be better, so I'm going to try and, I guess, parry it with my knife.
Okay, go for it. At disadvantage, he will succeed with a +2 is all.
14 under 37.
Okay, so you also succeed with a +2.
And I have superiority, and I have...
If you want to use your superiority,
because I am using melee.
Yep.
It's not an attack, though. It's a reaction. Does that apply to outnumber?
You're not using a reaction at all. You are just defending against the attack made against you by his reaction.
But does that trigger, because I am using my melee to defend, does that trigger the outnumbered thing, or no?
No, that's if you attack.
It's only if I attack.
I believe so. Let me double check that. It was on 214.
Just says on melee test, it doesn't say you have to be attacking.
You have advantage on a melee test. So if that adds advantage, if that makes that wouldn't make a 14 better.
It wouldn't make a 14.
No, so you have the exact same result. You have a +2.
Okay.
And then if you, with your superiority, it becomes a +3.
I thought we had +2 in the smoke bomb because we were so many of us. You said we went up.
That's outnumbering. That was for the +2 was Roderick, his success with the advantage because of outnumbering. Outnumbering does not add to your roll. It just gives you advantage.
No, I'm not worrying about that. I thought you had said we had +2. Whatever. +1 to superiority. That's still one success. That's better than what he got.
Okay, so you succeed on your defense. He succeeds on his attack. Now, because that becomes a negative success level, but you successfully dodge.
How does he succeed on his attack if I dodged it?
His succeeding on his attack is less than your succeed on his dodge, so he does not strike you because it is a negative success level.
So I guess I'll just shut up.
Past your challenging dodge test, correct.
Okay.
So he does not hit you as the axe swipes out at you.
Okay. And then I am still going to be in the zone because my floating moves at a slow speed, but I'm going to be out of his immediate range.
Correct.
And I'm going to be above. How big is this smoke cloud that am I going to be in still?
Fills the whole zone. You're still in it.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. All right. That ends Osiris' turn. Dmitry.
So, okay, I'm still one zone away from Axe Dude.
Correct.
Is anybody in the same zone as Axe Dude? Is he high enough to be out?
Everyone is in the same zone as Axe Dude, and also you cannot ranged attack into that zone because of the blinded obscurement.
Okay.
So until the smoke fades, which will be actually right after your turn, the smoke will fade. But until that time, you cannot attack into that zone with a ranged attack.
Okay. And then how far away is the other dude?
One zone the other way.
Okay.
Kill him.
Yeah.
You're still on your feet. You succeeded on your trauma test. You succeeded on your fortitude pain test. You're on your feet. You can either, at this point, move or take an action.
Yeah, I'm going to take an action.
Okay, talk to me.
I am going to target the zone Bean Broth or whatever the fuck his name's in. And Bone Broth, goddamn.
Bean Broth's even better.
Yeah.
Bean Broth.
He's now Bean Broth. And I'm going to target that zone to turn it into a minor hazard with my flamer.
Just torch the hell out of it.
I'm just going to torch the whole zone.
Beautiful.
This is awesome.
You don't even have to roll for that. It just happens.
Nope. Yeah, I don't have to.
And by making it a minor hazard, you've made it so that on his turn, he's going to
take 5 damage.
Immediately take 5 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's not great for him.
It's great.
It is great. It also means if his friend goes to try and save him, he's also going to immediately take 5 damage.
Dmitry, you torch the zone. The promethium from your flamer spreading across the water like a little oil slick, ignited and burning. The whole zone is now a minor hazard. It is burning. How long does that last for? How many rounds?
Until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so for all of next round, the flames will lick and burn and eat away at everything.
Yeah.
All right, Dmitry, that is your turn because you cannot move. At this point, the smoke around the shuttle has dissipated entirely. Osiris, you are floating above this individual with the chain axe who is in melee combat at this point with Roderick. The Mordecai, the shuttle is now visible. You see Dmitry one zone over from it, clutching his body. You see... Oh no, Dmitry, you were in the smoke, weren't you? Yeah, you were in the shuttle too. So actually, you couldn't flame the guy because he'd be 2 zones away.
Sure, I can.
No, because he'd be 2
zones away. It's a medium
range
weapon, isn't it?
Oh, you don't have to just flame the next zone. It's at the range of the weapon?
Instead of targeting a creature with the flamer, you can choose to target a zone within range.
Okay, so medium is 1 zone away, and he's 2 zones away.
Oh, okay.
Because you guys have moved out of the center zone.
Damn rules getting in the way of things that are fun.
I know.
Can you move? No.
He can't move and shoot because he's fucking dying, basically.
Yeah.
So before the smoke dissipates, you are in melee combat. That's actually right. You're still engaged with the guy with the axes because he hit you but didn't kill you. So do you want to melee him back in some way? Do you want to disengage and just move away?
Yeah, I guess disengaged it is.
If you disengage, you can move into the zone closer to slowly dying man and torch him next turn.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
This would probably be wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. Flames
way less metal, but okay.
Way less metal, I'm sorry. Smoke dissipates. Dmitry is now in the center zone between guy with the bolter who's dying and Garrick with the chain axe who's now looking for something to swing at. Roderick, you are still in the zone with the shuttle, engaged with Garrick. Mordecai, you are still at this point, 1 zone away from everybody. So you're a zone away from Roderick and Osiris and Garrick. You're a zone away from Dmitry and a zone away from slowly dying man.
Yep.
And it is the top of the round.
Quickly dying
man.
Time
out.
All right, time in. I don't remember where I was.
The smoke had dissipated.
Yeah, okay. So the smoke's dissipated. Osiris, you're floating above Garrick with his dual axes. Roderick, you are engaged with Garrick with the dual axes. Mordecai, you are one zone away from everybody. Dmitry, you are in the middle of everyone. And it is Garrick's turn. So Roderick, you are engaged. He's just going to swing at you.
Legit.
He'll make both attacks against you. You may oppose.
I'm gonna dodge.
Okay. He is not.
Maybe, probably, hopefully.
Oh, you know what? No, I lied. I apologize. At the end of his turn,
Brett, I fucked up.
What's up?
I forgot about that deep cut. It slows me also. So how's that?
You use your action to move, which is when you're slow, you have to use your action to move a zone. So you moved your action to disengage and move away. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that being said, at the end of his turn, the individual on the ground had said, I think we need to retreat to Garrick. And Garrick looks at all of you and looks at how well you're bleeding and looks at him and he goes, fine. And he sheathes his axes, jogs over. So, Roderick, he's leaving your zone if you want to try to attack him at this point.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'll fucking shoot him. Fuck that douchebag.
Okay, so you're gonna... Well, you get the reaction to attack him as he leaves. So you can shoot him if you have a close range, which you do with pistols. So.
I do. Okay. Yeah.
He's not even gonna bother trying to dodge. Mainly because he turned his back to you.
He's got full health. He's fine.
32 under 53.
All right, how much damage does that do?
Let's see. What is he? +2. And I'm going to use my whatever superiority to add +1, so it's +3.
Okay.
And my guns are... I have so much shit written on my cheat sheet at this point. It's almost not a cheat sheet. It's 5 damage base, so 9.
5 plus success levels plus superiority.
No, it's 3. 8.
There it is. 8 minus his armor. Okay. You shoot him. What was your roll to hit?
32.
Okay. You shoot him in the arm, and you see as it leaves like kind of a wheel across his arm, and he just looks at you and he goes, huh. He is at this point jogged over. He has picked up the other individual and is beginning to leave because the retreat will allow him to start to flee.
Wait.
Them homeboys be on fire there, so.
Not yet, they're not, because you couldn't torch them yet.
Oh, that's right.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm way too tired.
So now a pursuit starts, right?
Now a pursuit would start because So, Alex, I know where your brain is going of, wait, I want to shoot him.
No. That's not it.
Okay, talk to me.
I have no frame of reference. But I guess in my mind, I was 2 zones back, he was 2 zones to the left, and they were 2 zones to my right. Now I'm a zone closer. Is that not 2 zones in between where they are and where this guy's lying?
He is 2 zones from the guy who's on the ground. You are 1 zone from everybody. However, the way a retreat works is that when they agree to retreat, the group safely escapes the battle. So basically, it supersedes how far that he's 2 zones apart. He still goes.
But he has to come get him. So when he's retreating, he can move 2 zones to come scoop him up and still have movement to leave.
The way the retreat works is that when they take the retreat action, the turn ends automatically. When that happens, at the start of the turn, I would add, like if you were to retreat, somebody says, I want to retreat, your turn's over. And then on each of your turns, I ask you if you're going to retreat. And if you say yes, your turn is over.
Right.
The enemies have elected to retreat. When the retreat happens is after all of them have had a chance to say yes or no, I will retreat. So when they begin to retreat, combat ends. It is over. It doesn't matter that he's 2 zones apart. It's over.
Even though he had to go pick him up.
Correct. Yes. It's how the action works.
Think of it as switching dynamic on how time is passing, right? We're still all just picture us all still shooting at him. They're doing a guarded retreat where he's kind of like covering and grabs a dude, and now he's starting to run away. We start to pursue.
So if you choose to pursue him, you can.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to join Mordecai in that pursuit?
Absolutely.
I don't think I can.
Someone needs to.
Dmitry cannot make that speed because Dmitry doesn't have the speed to do a pursuit.
Right.
Well, then I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to. These other 2 guys got that, so I'm going to focus.
I would argue Osiris is more equipped to do the pursuit, so I will stay in guard, Dmitry.
Okay. So Roderick and Dmitry sit back. Mordecai and Osiris, you begin a pursuit. Now, we have to go through the pursuit rules. It's been an entire season since we did this, so let's quickly recap them. We'll explain what happens. We'll roll some dice. We'll settle this one out.
I want these to be the rules when we retreat, but I don't like it when they do it.
I mean, I understand that. That is the constant epitome of the life of a GM is I make things the same for you as the NPCs, and when I do them, you hate it, and when you do them, you love it.
It's fine. I just got hung up on the fact that he's moving further than I think he should be able to. But also, does he not get disadvantaged to some degree for having to carry another person? You can't tell me he can run as fast as I can.
You don't.
Carrying a person.
You don't want to know how strong he is.
I do want to know.
It's over 9,000.
Power level 9,000.
So a pursuit. When a pursuit occurs, what happens is initially we determine the distance. Now, he is going to have to scoop up his ally and start to escape. So they're going to start only a zone away. The pursuit is very close. What happens now is the quarry, the enemy, and the pursuers, Mordecai and Osiris, will begin to have essentially a foot race. When the distance ranges from 0 to 10, we start at 1. How it works is everyone involved is going to make a challenging test for their movement. It could be athletics, it could be anything else. Now, he's not just carrying the fallen guy, he's dragging him along because that guy is at disadvantage for movement. Actually, no, at this point, I think he's still restrained from Osiris' thing, so he's at disadvantage hauling him.
Yeah.
You two will make a challenging +0 test for your movement, which could be athletics, running, or anything else. They will make the same. And then what happens is I take the differential, I update the distance. If you get to 0, combat starts again.
Can't we just shoot him?
Not in a pursuit. You can't just shoot at him. You got to catch him to start combat again.
Yeah.
I know. It's how the pursuit rules work.
It has to give you a reasonable chance of being able to get away. I get it. I just don't like it.
I mean... Imagine you guys try to flee and I say, okay, I just shoot you. You'd be really pissed at me.
I'd respect it.
All right, so distance is 1. Mordecai, Osiris, give me a challenging +0 athletics test because you are on ground, so it is foot.
I'm not on ground.
How do you... Okay, well, even if you're floating, you still have to give me a challenging athletics test to move faster.
I'm floating.
He is floating.
I'm not on ground. I love lamp.
All right.
Kamal?
How does that work if I'm actually... I'm not being sincere. How does that work?
No.
I'm floating.
You still have to give me a challenging athletics test. It's just considered running.
My athletics suck.
How about I give you a telekinesis mastery instead?
It's athletics. Telekinesis mastery does not dictate a pursuit speed, unfortunately. You are hovering, but still.
I was lucky enough to get 19 under 28 on this one.
So you got a +1.
My athletics is 28.
Okay. And Osiris, how did you do?
Do we still have superiority?
Superiority does not count towards pursuits, no.
Okay. I am going to spend one of my fate to give myself a success because I had a 28 over 25.
Okay.
Ooh,
so you turn into a +0. Mordecai had a +1. They also kept a +1, so the distance remains 1. And they keep trudging through the muck away from you both. Roll again.
This is a fool's errand. 53 over 28.
Okay. So that's a -3.
Yeah, it's worse.
Worse than a -3?
It is a -3.
They also had a -3, so you all continue to trudge.
This is stupid. Just shoot him.
Let's go.
Roll it again.
All right.
That's
55 over 28.
Okay.
Fucking bullshit. You said this is athletics, right?
It is athletics according to the pursuit rules. Yeah.
86 over 25. This is so stupid. I should be using my brain.
So Osiris is the slower of the two of you and holds you back a bit.
I mean, that makes sense. I have a slow speed.
So you're -6. They had a +1. So the SL difference there is +7. They are now at a distance of 8 out of 10.
Aren't they isn't dude still bleeding out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the dude's bleeding to death. The other guy is carrying him, and we
Basically
still can't keep up.
him.
But he's not taking any damage. That fucking dude needs to die. This is bullshit.
Yeah, how many rounds has it been? Is he not taking damage?
The bleed doesn't do another critical wound. Once each of them deals a critical wound,
If
they're done.
only we could
15.
use our laser pistols to shoot him.
Can I ask?
All right.
Are they both rolling, or is the one guy rolling at disadvantage?
The one guy is rolling at disadvantage.
Okay,
Because
and
the other guy can't move because of Osiris's.
and we're just using the highest SL of the pursuers, right?
You use. So
Because
you
that's what
use
it says.
The lower of the two. If it's the
Highest for the pursuer, lowest for the quarry.
I had it backwards. I apologize. So they're at +6.
So we gained ground then.
You.
No, you just didn't lose as much
You
ground.
didn't lose as much ground. Good call, because I looked at that backwards.
Yeah.
So then actually you had a 2 differential, so they're at a +1, +5, they're at +6.
3 under 28.
3 under 20. Nice, +2.
82.
I really wish this wasn't at disadvantage.
We're going away.
So you have a +2, they have a +2, it remains a +6. They are still you're trudging after them as quick as you two can, and they're just slowly gaining distance on you guys through the muck.
It's so annoying. Just shoot the bastards.
I'm keeping these white dice. 15 under 28.
Nice. That's a -6. No, I'm sorry, -4.
40 over 25.
Okay, so you have a +1, they have a -4. That swings at 5, and we're back to a distance of 1. This is going to be the longest pursuit ever, but it's going to happen. So Mordecai, you watch as they're trudging through the muck. Like, you can see that they're trying to make their way to something on the horizon, and all of a sudden, the one that really can't walk falls into one of those like 8-inch deep pools of water.
Wait.
And they let him close. So you guys are back at a distance of 1.
Is this worth?
What are you rolling for?
63 over 28. I'm just rolling again. I don't want to hold this up too
Okay.
much.
What,
I was checking.
is there anything else that we could do besides this in a pursuit?
No. You have to close the distance to engage in combat unless you just let them get away.
All right, finally.
Ooh, that's bad. Mordecai, what was yours?
63 over 28.
So -4.
Mine's 12 under 25.
Okay. You guys close the distance.
Fucking A.
They rolled a -3.
Right.
So as you two close in, the guy with the chain axes drops his buddy and just goes, "Fine. The blood god shines upon me." Roderick and Dmitry, you cannot assist in this combat.
Yeah, that's fine. So he's actually turning around and engaging in the combat. He's not just leaving his ally behind.
He's going to engage in the combat.
Okay.
You guys you pursued with 2 people, and the guy with 2 chain axes goes, "Fine, let's do this again."
I don't like that. You can't reach me, though, so I'm just worried for you, Mordecai.
Yeah, because also he has a higher initiative than both of you. So Mordecai, because Osiris is floating above you. Go ahead. What's the question?
I thought that guy was last in the rounds that we've been doing.
The guy who can't walk has been last in the rounds.
Oh,
Okay.
he's been between. The guy who can't walk has been between us.
Chain axe has been before me every time.
In reference
okay.
of the enemies, chain axe has always been first.
Okay.
So he turns and he charges right at you, Mordecai, and he goes, "This'll be great." He's going to swing at you twice.
Oh no! Did we just fuck up?
I don't know why you
Probably.
pursued them.
I'm going to dodge as a
I
reaction.
just wanted to kill the one guy.
You're going to dodge?
Yeah, I have to.
Please roll well.
Oh shit! Sorry, guys.
And you'll find out next time. Huh?
I don't even know what I have to. I've never dodged before. Is that agility?
It's a dodge skill. It's a reflex dodge
reflex.
skill. It's based on your agility.
Oh, reflex down here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a good skill.
Okay.
It's 38 under 49.
Okay, so that's a +1. Roll again, because he's attacking you twice, because he is dual wielding.
Fuck! I think I just got us all killed.
Well, you're not the only one that wanted to pursue them, so.
Less good.
How bad is less good?
53 over 49.
Okay. So 53 over 49 is a -1. Your other success was a +1. Now, the +1 dodge means that you don't beat him, so you're going to reduce the SLs. He beat you with both of his attacks. His first attack, actually, they're both the exact same number because they're both a 10.
Yeah. So dodges, when you do an SL, your SL reduces from their SL. If it reduces their SL to a +0 or lower, it will miss.
Yep. So both
Otherwise,
attacks,
it's just reduced.
One was a 15 on the die, one was a 10 on the die. They will both strike you. One with a +7 SL, one with a +9 SL. So Mordecai,
No, it doesn't.
talk to me.
I can only get missed by one anyway. So.
No, this is. I mean, he's attacking with both weapons, but I will say that if you use a fate,
Is it
and
one
you burn
attack?
a fate to reduce all incoming damage from a single. It's from a single source, not a single attack. He is the source. He's just swinging twice. And I will tell you this: that if you don't do that, the first attack is going to hit you for 15.
The Emperor protects.
Okay. So he swings out and he goes to strike you with both. And there's almost this strange, faint golden glow as the chain axes strike, and he goes, ah! He doesn't hit you.
Should be my turn now, right?
It is your turn.
I am going to go to the other guy that is on the ground, presumably.
Yep.
I'm going to pull out my multi-bomb.
Okay. Suggestion. To do that, you will leave immediate range, and even though the Emperor protected, he did still succeed on his strike, so you are in melee. I would just toss the bomb or something. Or you can step out of melee and he'll swing at you again. I love where this is going, but we got to do it right.
No.
Okay. I don't know how to reply to this.
Just no.
So, yeah, I will activate the multi-bomb.
Okay.
Based on my limited knowledge of this, I should be able to set, like, basically a timer for it.
Mm-hmm. You've seen it on the ship. You saw it with the timer, yeah. I actually legitimately forgot you had a melt-a-bomb on you. This is amazing.
Yeah. I'm going to activate the charge.
Okay.
And I'm going to toss it on the guy on the ground.
Okay. So you will have to toss it on the guy on the ground. You gotta make a range.
He can't be too far away from us, right?
He's got metal armor on. That thing's got fucking mag locks.
It does have magnets.
Hell yeah.
So he is in the same zone. So that part's not the problem. The problem is you are in melee, so any ranged attack is at disadvantage. So you just gotta roll it. All the roll's gonna be is to see where the bomb lands.
Okay.
It somehow goes the other way.
Right. It's
ranged thrown.
Arranged. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Or yeah.
It's actually probably
ranged ordnance.
It's probably ordnance, so just use ranged.
Okay.
Oh, it says specialization is actually engineering, but
It was
interesting.
a 13, which will be a 31.
Okay.
And under 41.
Beautiful. So you succeed with a +1. You look at the guy with the dual chain axes. Excuse me. And you just...
I look at him and I say, it looks like your friend's in danger. And I toss it onto his chest.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That's your turn. Unless you're going to move at all. But again, you're engaged.
No, I'll stay here.
So you toss the melt-a-bomb.
Roderick!
I'm way far away at this point,
you guys
man.
are like way the fuck away. You watch as the guy who's laying on the ground looks at it and just goes, oh, fuck. And he can't move because Osiris, you're still sustaining and you've been pursuing him.
His bones are still being crushed.
Yeah, so he still can't do anything. And that's his turn. Oh, you know what? No. He has one extra weapon. I was looking at him like, why did I give him a sidearm? I gave him a knife.
Can I do this?
Yeah.
I say, looks like your friend's in danger, and then I turn to the guy with it on his chest. I suggest he surrenders.
He just spits blood and goes, the dark gods don't go for surrender. And he pulls a knife. And the only other weapon he has on his person. And he's going to just huck it at Osiris to hopefully stop the fucking bone crushing. So at disadvantage, And at -10 for being prone. He's going to huck a frickin' knife at you, sir.
From the ground with all of his pain, and I'm in the air.
Isn't he fatigued also?
Oh yeah, so -20. So yeah.
Didn't he have some other thing too that gives him -30 now?
No, that was what Carl was asking about with the original
This guy's been
disadvantage
alive.
from
I thought he got something else after, but I could be wrong. There's been so much shit hitting this guy. He's
been hit
still
by a
not
lot of
dead.
shit.
I've been having a hard time keeping track of it all, but carry on.
He's currently got two sliced arteries, a broken rib, and yeah.
His bones have been systematically crushed inside of his body.
So yeah,
Is he face down, ass up?
He's
ass down, face up?
He's definitely ass down, face up, and he's just gonna
Okay.
huck the knife as best he can. Disadvantage for that. So here we go.
Hit your
Well,
friend.
the
Hit your
30
friend.
the 36 turns into a 63 against a skillet. Would have worked except for the -30. So he
Ricocheted
hucks the
right
knife.
into his
He
foot.
hucks the knife, Osiris, and it just kind of past your head.
Osiris doesn't move, he just watches it go past.
You hear him go, fuck.
Trash.
All right, Osiris, you're up.
So he's in the same zone as me.
Same zone. You're all four of you are in the exact same zone. You caught them in a pursuit.
Please
I'm
kill
gonna
him.
move out of the zone upward one range.
Okay.
So I'm
Alright.
technically one zone up now.
I'm with you. Vertical.
Still within range of my las pistol.
Yep.
Pew! At the guy who just threw the knife at me.
Okay. Suggestion. Is he? He's got to do a test to get out of your restraint. He's got to beat a -5 at disadvantage plus. Yeah, no, that's a 99. Again, how many times can I roll fucking 99 to get out of this damn
At
restraint?
least
enough.
once more.
So. No, actually, he's not unconscious, so you can't coup de grace him. So yeah, so you move up a zone and take a shot at him. Go for it. He can't oppose you in any shape.
How is
or
this guy fucking conscious? It's ridiculous. This is absurd, even.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah. Combat with a las pistol.
Yep.
Ooh, I'm gonna spend another fate to re-roll that because it was a 100.
Oh, okay, fair.
You.
Let me mark that so I don't forget.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Don't do it again, bitch. It's not much better, but this is not with advantage, right?
No.
Okay, just had to ask.
No,
Distance.
technically shooting at someone who's prone on the ground, you should be at disadvantage.
Okay.
But in this,
I will call out the weirdness of him being vertical of him does make him a very large target.
Why do you think I didn't? I'm not calling on it to be a disadvantage because you are above him shooting down.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Logically, it wouldn't make
37
sense.
over 31,
So you still fail. So you pull out your pistol, you take a shot,
and we don't
You're
have
mud.
any kind of pluses that I'm leaving on the table.
You have no advantage, no superiority at this point because you guys caught up to them in a pursuit. So it's a brand new combat.
Yep.
All the superiority that you guys had is gone.
This is like watching paint dry. Okay, I guess I've moved and have done my action, so I am done.
Okay.
Just can't kill this fucking guy. It's like Will Ferrell's character in fucking Austin Powers where he fell off the cliff and he's just laying at the ground bleeding.
Garrick. Garrick turns,
now.
Garrick turns back
3 times!
and he looks at this individual on the ground and he sneers. He goes, "You have made me your little thing for too long, Malachi. You die, I ascend." And he's going to attack Mordecai again.
Did you say Malachi?
Yep.
His name's Mordecai.
The other one.
Well, the good news is, Mordecai, he attacks you twice and only one of them will succeed.
This is the top of a new round, is it not?
It is.
I will dodge.
Okay, make a dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yeah. 38 under 49.
Okay, so +1. He beats your +1 with a +3. So one chain axe. He swings twice. The first chain axe goes way high, and I'm going to use the same dodge roll because it was a 98. You duck under it, but as you do, the second one comes up, and he catches you. This one will catch you in the head.
No, it won't. Go ahead.
I was going to say, do you have something?
No.
So +3 success levels. You had a +1 there. He has a +3, so it becomes a +2. So the chain axe is going to deal a total of, I believe it's 10 wounds to your head.
Ow.
Yeah.
So when you made those melee attacks, both ones went against the same dodge?
He rolled a 98 for the first attack, and so Mordecai rolled 1 just because the 98 is going to fail.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So you just dodged the second
just
one.
speeding it up.
Gotcha.
Chain axe is 3 plus strength plus success levels, which is only 2, so it's 9 damage to the head.
That's better.
Does it take you below 0?
No.
Perfect. You get hit that with a chain axe. That's his. And then he looks.
That hurt.
He's engaged with you, and he looks at he looks back at who you now know as Malachi, and looks at the Meltabomb and goes, and he's going to turn and just start to walk away at this point, to not be, move out of the zone, to not be in the Meltabomb. You can choose to react and try to attack him if you wish.
Let him go. We'll kill him another day.
I'll kill him another day. If it's my turn,
yep.
I'm going to run to the Malachi fella.
Okay.
Well, I don't have to run. He's right there.
He's in the same zone.
I'm going to take his bolter rifle.
Okay.
Does he does he have anything else on him that I can grab really quick?
I mean, he's not dead yet, so but he's got a bolt gun kind of hanging limp from him and a couple clips.
Talk to me a little.
Okay.
This other guy basically just said, "I've been your little piggy too long, whatever.
I've been your bitch too long, you can die." Yeah.
And now he's walking away.
He's getting out of the Meltabomb. Yeah. He just left the zone. He hasn't fled the combat yet, but he's just walked away.
I am...
Because you set a delayed fuse on that Meltabomb.
I did.
Now, the delayed fuses, I'm going to say this. You just turned the fuse on from the fuse that was on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 6 seconds. So basically, at the end of this round, it's going boom.
Oh, well, if I know that's how long it's going to be, yeah, I'm going to grab that bolter rifle, and I'm going to say, "You're going to die like a pig," and just book it.
Mordecai, before you grab the bolt rifle, give me a quick awareness perception test, please. Sight.
No.
Please. You're going to want to.
Please. Please.
Awareness. Y'all haven't listened to me in 3 sessions. Maybe you will today.
50 under 51.
Okay. As you go to grab the bolt rifle, you see that it is covered in heretical symbols. Doesn't mean you can't grab it. Just.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still grab it?
I hate you, Brad.
You're fighting chaos, man.
No, I'm not. I'm fighting Malachi.
Man,
you grab it, yes or no?
You can file them shits off. Don't even worry about it.
I mean, Roderick took a pistol with heretical symbols on it.
He did.
But ignorance is my shield, so...
He did.
I'm not... No. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to run.
Okay, you grab it and you run. Osiris, do you run as well?
I float away.
Okay, at this point...
Further away.
At this point, the combat ends. Dmitry, you have no injuries that have a time ticker like Roderick's hand did. However, you are not in a good space. Mordecai and Osiris come back almost 20 minutes later, having chased these guys.
I want to know...
6 seconds.
Whoa.
I want to know the bomb.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, give us our kill. It's been 6 sessions. Give us our fucking kill.
As you're walking away with a meaty, splattering thunk, the Meltabomb goes off. Chunks of torso and flesh and viscera rain from the sky.
Can we say that it implodes instead because I've been crushing him this whole time?
It just turns into a black hole.
I love the idea. I love the idea.
Crumpled like a car.
A singularity that sounds like a
I love the idea, but your psychic power was impacting his bones. It's still a Meltabomb. Oh, Meltabomb goes off and his body condenses. Yeah, instead of exploding outwards.
Yeah.
His body. Yeah. his body goes to explode outward, and you guys, do either of you look?
Oh yeah. I
Okay,
look,
so
I don't have,
Cool guys don't watch explosions.
I don't have eyes, so I can't
It was
watch,
an
but I'm looking.
implosion.
So Osiris, you feel through the warp as the body
I'm not
goes to
cool.
explode outwards, and it immediately suctions back in with the melted explosion.
Nice.
That Malachi individual is dead. Mordecai, I need a difficult -10 willpower test, please.
I want to kill this guy. Oh,
Another
no,
day.
no, not willpower.
Yes, willpower.
No.
not willpower.
You have a low willpower and you picked up a heretical thing?
Yeah, I did.
That's adorable.
With a negative 10, that's a 12. So 37 over 12.
Okay. So,
I sprout a tentacle.
you immediately gain 2 corruption for moderate exposure.
Could have been worse.
Could have been.
Gross.
You all reconvene. Dmitry literally holding his stomach together to some capacity. Mike, how would Dmitry be holding his guts in after getting lacerated by a chain?
He wouldn't be. Roderick could be doing it for him.
Fair enough.
That.
Mordecai and Osiris
I
are
got you,
gone
man.
for over 20 minutes, and by the time you both stagger back, it is mid-afternoon. The acidic rain is still falling.
I wanna
Has that
look
other
up
dropship come to pick up the crew that was
No, because
waiting
from
here
the
for
time,
them?
From the time you guys crash landed to the end of 5 hours of actual gameplay was only 32 fucking minutes.
Hey, Brad.
Yes,
If it's cool with you, once everything's chilled out, they
Chilling.
go search the bodies and everything. I'm going to go over to the hunters that were killed.
okay.
And I'm going to kneel down beside one of them and do like kind of a little hand ritual thing and pull out some powder from one of my pouches and spread it over the top of them and just
Okay.
kind of bow my head for a second.
And
Noted.
while he's
Walk
doing
on.
that, I'm going to look up at his forehead where I presume some of his hair got like mauled off by the chain axe and go,
Yeah.
oh, that looks bad.
Yeah, you
I'm
guys
pretty
are
rough.
You guys
I'm
are
pretty
rough. As we close the curtains on today, y'all are still at the crashed site. You are
And we
beat to
finished
hell.
the combat.
The combat is over. You have successfully.
He comes running out of the woods with the axe again.
you-
No!
He turns it into a Darth Maul dual edge chain axe.
I'm checking back really quick because there might be one other kicker in my notes that matters.
I don't need any more kickers today, Brad.
No.
Did you guys,
I've
you guys
been
feel pretty
kickered
beat
out.
up? I was say you feel pretty beat up after that.
Yep.
Um,
I'm holding Dimitri's intestines in his body. Yeah, I feel pretty
basically,
beat up.
I'm just double checking short-term ambitions quickly. Okay. All right. So you have successfully. I'm not going to keep looking because I don't know where I wrote your short-term ambitions in this notebook. They should have been right here, but they're not. Real quick, remind me of your short-term ambitions, Mordecai.
I don't know. To learn more about Augustus Goop and why he hates Halicarn and
Yep, that's right. Dmitry.
Track down another of the remaining.
There it is. I knew one of you
Psyker
had it. Dmitry, you
homies.
complete your short-term ambition.
And how many
Hell yeah.
XP is that again?
50.
Oh yeah.
Fitty.
In addition, y'all have been due for some XP for quite a few sessions, but this combat that should have been 1 hour was more like 5.
Isn't that always how it goes?
As such, 2 things are going to happen before we come back next time. You will all regain your spent, not burned, fate. You will all gain 50 experience for standard play. In addition, you will each gain 200 experience for the eradication of Malachi the Fallen, servant of Augustus Jarrell.
Hell yeah.
So we're at 250 and Dimitri's at 300.
You're at 250. Dimitri's at 300. Mordecai,
Yeah.
You get an extra 5 for the Hunter Death Flare.
Right.
5.
Just 5. Just a little extra kicker for going out of your way to honor those that died for your service.
I would argue 10 because 5 ain't shit.
I second that.
That's a fair argument in this game. And you know what?
What I mean by that is nothing is really purchased in increments of 5.
Well, it's not meant to be for him to purchase something right now. It's meant for down the road. But
so I was giving
it's
you an
encouragement
opportunity
to do many small things.
To make it a slap in the face offering, and for you to
So, Brad, if this helps you at all,
okay. Oh, just showing me your knee. I mean, that does help.
No, I'm from a feral world.
Yep.
Hunter society. I'm paying honor and respect to hunters that lost their lives needlessly because of stupid colonialist assholes.
Oh shit!
It was hella in character.
I forgot about that part of you, so we are going to change that 5 to 15.
Respect.
Appreciate it.
For playing directly in line with your character and all of their story. So, gentlemen, it's been a long 5 hours. You guys have had to deal with what should have been a simple combat, and I will pull back the fourth wall here to share a little bit with you. I shared with Mike. Actually, the whole reason that combat ever started was when he stepped up with the flamer to torch the guys. Malachi and Garrick were one zone away watching from the get-go. Mm-hmm. And as soon as he stepped up, that awareness test I had him do about 4 sessions ago that he failed and then he heard a voice, they all thought he saw them. So the combat started when he stepped up close enough to basically trigger it. And I would love to say I apologize, but holy shit, that was cool.
I'm just glad we made short work of those 5 dudes. We took them out quick. They didn't even have a chance to do anything.
Nope.
Yeah, that chain axe dude's a fucking pain in the ass, though. Holy shit, he's hard to hit.
I'm really glad he didn't get a hold of me in season 1. That's the same guy, right?
Yeah.
All of them have been the same guy. So Mordecai, add to your inventory profaned bolt gun.
I'm not going to hold this very long. Profaned.
I'm going to say this as your GM. You've already taken the corruption. I would not just throw it away anymore.
Right.
So my only concern is, though, if I get seen with this thing.
That's fair.
Bro, let's get that sucker blessed or something. I don't know. We work for the fucking Inquisition. I feel like we can make it happen.
Get it what?
Blessed or something. I don't know.
Your characters wouldn't know this, but out of character, there are ways to take profaned items back to the Adeptus Mechanicus or others and get them re-blessed.
Oh, yeah, because I was looking, and I grabbed this thing because it's worth like 5,000 freaking solars.
Bolt guns are expensive.
I wanted it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't blame you.
And we have a rocket launcher. We have a rocket launcher and a freaking bolt rifle.
The fact that you managed to kill him, you deserve to have the bolt rifle. So
make sure you put the rocket launcher inventory and the one frag missile that you didn't use so that we don't forget.
And I doubt you wrote it down when I told you, but there were 2 clips for bolt ammo. That's it.
I didn't write that down yet, but so I did put the rocket launcher and I did put the frag grenade. I suggest somebody else holds it because the encumbrance is getting heavy.
Frag missile.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to carry that, I would appreciate it because I am getting overloaded.
Well,
same.
Thank you so much for joining us for this very stressful and fraught episode where everybody was getting a little into it. Yeah,
that's right.
People got to watch this
audience and shit.
Yeah. But thank you for tuning in. Obviously, you can see that when combat gets tense, tensions can run a little high. So thank you so much for you being a part of this. Please head over to deadsonsco.com where you can see all of our different shows, all of our different reviews, everything we've got coming up. We've got Tainted Hive Season 1, Tainted Hive Season 2, Dagger Heart reviews of different Warhammer Fantasy and Imperium Maledictum materials. More so than that, please share it. If you like what you've seen, share it, like it, get people out here. The best way you can help us is to help us get in touch with more people. And last but not least, feel free to join the Discord. Patreon members get access to a certain specific set of channels. Everyone has access to any other channel. And you can make fun of Roderick in there and the fact that he's missing a finger.
And with my missing finger, I would also like to thank PrimetimeMagic.com.
Thank you to the guys over at PrimetimeMagic.com. They seem to enjoy this, so make sure you head on over to their website, show them some love, and give them a little bit of good with all of their singles for trading card games. So until next time, we are Dead Sons Company, and thank you so much for joining us.
Roderick Rang
Is that
signing
Zoltan?
off.
Oh, Zoltan. Killer.